with the McQueens, and it's Saturday night. We thought, why not vlog? We've had a few of you reach out asking some questions, and we figured, why not go into detail a little bit more about our journey, medication, where we are in the process, and so on. So here we are.
Here we are.
So we started this process, I believe,
on the 22nd of September is when we had our baseline ultrasound.
Right. That's when it got serious.
Yeah, so it's literally is like the fastest thing ever once it gets going. It's super slow up until that point where they're like, all right, time to start the medications, and it literally flies by. But a brief little overview. We did RIVF, if we haven't talked about it before. So she's using my eggs, and we put it into her. She's carrying,
my oven.
Yeah.
So it's reciprocal.
IVF.
Correct.
Yes. There's many reasons why we decided to do it.
So I have a 15-year-old son, and we wanted to share the experience. We wanted to have a baby of our own. So we said, hey, why not? So we agreed with our sperm donor. We chose our sperm donor anonymously, kind of kept it, like that. And then we also just used Shauna's eggs. She has really good eggs, guys. Really good eggs.
That's those good young eggs, But we chose Dominican sperm donor because she's Dominican. So we wanted to have something as close as possible to her background, obviously. So it was a no-brainer that we were gonna. And it's crazy how many how little Dominican sperm donors there are.
We're kind of like rare.
Yeah. So it was a little bit challenging, but we found the perfect one. So and he has good sperm, good motility.
Yeah.
But the process, us being lesbians, obviously we can't, it's not like a heterosexual couple that can have kids. So this is like the most closest intimate way that we can have kids together. I don't have any biological kids yet. So that's why we just decided for her to carry. This way we can share the experience together. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful experience that we've been able to do this together. Couldn't imagine myself doing this with nobody else. She's a perfect partner. It was kind of a no-brainer. Our baseline ultrasound was on the 22nd
of September.
So and it's in a little bit TMI, but all the ultrasounds are vaginal.
Yes.
And to just leave it at that. So anyway, so he did an ultrasound. They looked at my left and right ovaries. So they saw as many follicles as they could see at that time, because they're normal size at that point. So they can't obviously see all of them, but they can see it. So anyway, they just looked them over. He said it looks good. Start medication. So we literally started medications on the 23rd. And the crazy thing is, as we started this journey, literally we were flying out that same day. It was my stepson's birthday, so we decided to go to take him to New York for a couple days. And it just so happens that I start my medication the same day we fly out. The struggle. So I'm nervous because my medications have to be cold. They can't be out of the fridge. Although now that I look back at it, it technically could have, but the pharmacy said keep it refrigerated, whatever. And these medications are expensive. So I don't want to do anything to mess them up or anything, because they are, once again, expensive. So, So anyway, it actually worked out, because apparently people travel all the time with medication that needs refrigerating. So the airlines are actually pretty not too strict on that. They just look at. So what I did was took a lunchbox, bought some ice packs off of Amazon, froze them up for a couple of days, and it actually kept my medications cold for a good amount of hours, like maybe 6-7 hours between all the flying, the landing, getting to our destination, and getting to a fridge. That was a good amount, about 6-7 hours. So I kept the medication cold, so that worked out. I was just more nervous about how I was going to react to the medications because I'm not in the comfort of, home. I'm not in the comfort of, having my doctors around or whatever. And we're on vacation. You want to go on vacation. You want to enjoy yourself. And I just wasn't aware of how I was going to react to the medication. So that's what I was more nervous. I didn't want to, go on vacation and be suffering, because I have the side effects. But luckily, I didn't have any side effects in the beginning. Those couple of days, I didn't have any side effects at all, which was a blessing.
Yes.
So a couple of the medications. So when you do IVF, you're on several medications. It's different for everybody, but me specifically, I had to do STIMS medications, which stands for stimulation medications, which they want to stimulate my follicles. So the first couple of days I was on 2 medications, Gono-F and Menopur. Those are, like I said, they call FSH, which is follicle stimulating hormones. Pretty much they want for you to produce as many eggs as possible. So the eggs are like actually microscopic. They're in something called a follicle. So you have several follicles. You're born with women are born with all the eggs. Anyway, every month your cycle consists of you having your normal hormone stimulates the follicles, and then when you go into ovulation, that follicle ruptures and the egg travels. Anyway, they want you to stimulate as many follicles, aka eggs, as possible. So I had to take those medications first. So then on the 4th day, you go in for ultrasound, and they measure to see how they're coming along. And then once they feel like they're at a good size, they started me on another medication called Secretide. Secretide stops my ovulation. Because naturally, when your follicle reaches a certain size, like I said, it ruptures and the egg comes out. They want you, obviously, to prohibit that. So that's what the Secretide is for me to stop, not to ovulate. So the eggs keep growing and they don't rupture. So that's what that was. And then the final medication I was on, which was I think I was on 10 days of medication altogether.
Yeah, total.
So the last two medications are Lupron and HCG, which are called trigger shots. So now, once they are good size, and as I'm on the medication, I'm literally getting monitored all the time. I have to go in every couple of days to see how they're going. So once the final ultrasound, they said, okay, you guys, you have a certain amount of follicles and they're the good size. So literally I have to trigger. So they'll tell me literally the exact time I have to trigger. I have to trigger not a minute later, not a minute before, because everything at that point is timing is critical. Yes. That's the most important thing, because after you take that trigger shot, that's what's triggering pretty much for your follicles to open up. And obviously you don't want them to rupture too soon, and you're not at the retrieval point. Yeah. So they don't want them to rupture, and then you're not at the doctor's getting the retrieval. So it's time. You literally, after you do the trigger shot, it's about 36 hours before they start to rupture or whatever. So that's why time is critical. Everything is critical when it comes when it comes to that point. So I tell you, we were actually we was out to eat, and as you could see in the previous video, when I talked about the trigger shot, we was literally at my brother-in-law's birthday. We took him out to a birthday show, so I literally had to bring the medication with me again, cold. So I had my ice pack, and
she was the lunch pack lady.
I'm telling you, travel with my travel kit, safety kit. So we triggered, and then we had the retrieval.
So back up a little bit. Before all this, on September 22nd, we actually both went to our baseline ultrasound. So while they were checking for her ovaries, checking and looking at her eggs, they were looking at my uterus. It's kind of how we got our nickname from my sister-in-law. So UNO, that's like a little insider that we have. Mm-hmm. But I also had my baseline ultrasound, and they were kind of just checking to see, how the lining of my uterus was going. At that point, I immediately started taking estrogen. It's a little tablet that you have to insert. And so I've been taking that ever since. First few side effects were headaches, mood swings. mood swings, just crankiness, just cranky. And it's strange because I'm either a very happy person but when I get cranky, I'm just cranky. So, honey, she did really good, dealing with me when it came to that. And I was taking that up until the day of her retrieval. So retrieval took place and that's the only medication I took, and up until the October 4th. When she had her retrieval that evening, I started my progesterone. And no, it was definitely the 4th.
October 4th was the retrieval?
I'm positive it was Monday, October 4th.
Okay.
So, yeah, now I'm gonna go look at it because now you're gonna be tripping.
But just to backtrack too, for it's crazy because before we started this process, we had to do. She was right. It's the 4th. I know. But before we started this process, we had to do a psych evaluation, right?
Oh yeah.
Requirements, and the therapist warned us. She was like, that you're gonna be dealing with, a lot of changes hormonally.
Yeah, that we had to be patient with one another.
Yes, patient with one another, understand the process and just remember why we're doing it,
Yeah.
Because it's a lot of hormones it's crazy how much hormones affects your moods. And even with me, when I was on the hormones, I was, things that normally wouldn't bother me were bothering me, irritating me. And I'm not an I'm not just saying I'm not really an emotional person, but
she's more grounded. Yeah. I'm the emotional one.
Yes, I'm not, I'm in tune with my feelings, obviously, and my emotions, but I'm not an overly emotional person.
Yeah.
Like, I don't cry like that. I don't,
I do enough for that for the both of us.
Yeah, I'm a normally very chill person. That's why we balance each other out, because I'm super chill. And, so found myself like more emotional than usual, super bloated, especially the last day or two. Oh my gosh, I was so bloated. I felt like somebody was sitting on my damn uterus, I mean, it was just, I couldn't wait. So we got to talk about a little bit of the retrieval process. I'll let you, even though I went through it, I'll let you.
Yeah, so, oh my God, my favorite part ever. So we had our retrieval October 4th. It was Monday, and we went. It was first thing in the morning. I had no idea what to expect. Google, YouTube, it does a really good job at like throwing different ideas out there, but it was definitely nothing that I expected. So we were there, she was literally prepped. She had to change, and then she left. It was so quick. It was so abrupt. She was taken to the restroom so that she can empty her bladder, and then they just took her back. Like, I couldn't even say goodbye to her. I was like, I had to tell one of the nurses. I said, hey, can you please tell her I love her? And it's so cute because great minds think alike. She had, the nurse that I had relayed the message to went towards Shauna, another one was on her way to tell me the same thing.
So yeah, I told them, because I wasn't because I work in the OR, so usually like the family members is able to say, bye before we take the person back. So I literally was at the bathroom, the anesthesiologist, he's like, okay, ready. And I thought he was going to take me back to the stretcher. So I go to I'm like, where's the stretcher? They're like, oh no, you walk to the room. So then I'm like, that caught me off guard. So I didn't even get a chance to even look back and say, see you later, I love you, or anything to her. So as I'm getting in the room, and I know how my baby is, I know how she's like, extra worried and everything like that. So I was like, tell her. He's like, can you please, the nurse that was taking me, and that was in the room with me, I was like, can you tell my baby that I love her and I'll see you later? And literally, like, they was, like she said, was swapping roles, because she had told one in the hallway to come tell me the same message. Yeah. So they were like, they just started laughing in the OR. They was like, that is so sweet. That's real love. I said, yeah, we do.
It was funny though. When she got back, first of all, it was really quick.
It was super quick.
I feel like she left. I went to the restroom. I came back. I sat down. I looked through my phone a little bit, and then the doctor was there. And I at first I thought something was wrong. He was just like, hey, so guess how many we were able to get? And I was like, oh, how many? So they were able to retrieve 18, right? 18 eggs. And I promise you, the process took maybe 15 minutes at the tops. And so, you know, he said that she did really well, and, you know, she just had to wait a little bit for the anesthesia to kind of wear off. So when she came back in the stretcher, it was hilarious because I've never seen her like that. So she was really funny, and she kept, you know, they were trying to take her vitals. No, but you were just OD funny. I mean, I was laughing so hard. They kept trying to check her vitals, and she kept saying, "But I want smoochies. Can I get smoochies?" And I was just dying. I was laughing. It was hilarious. And I don't know, it was just, I was like, can I get whatever she has? Because she was just really, really loopy. But it was fun. So yeah, after that, we kind of just waited.
And there's gonna be a lot. It's crazy because once the process starts, it gets going, but there's a lot of waiting periods.
Oh my gosh.
You know, in between, there's just a lot of waiting because, you know, like after they do the retrieval, they have to fertilize the eggs, and the eggs has to grow. And I don't want to get into too much details about it. You know, about the different stages, the different things, but pretty much ideally, you have to wait about 5 days, and that's when your egg is the most mature. They call it the blastocyte stage, which is day 5.
Yeah.
But not all your eggs will make it that far, because, you know, even though they get egg, like they retrieve 18 eggs, but they're still immature. You know, so you have to, the first step is to see how many are mature. After that, the first 24 hours, they also fertilize the mature eggs. So they update you the next day about how many eggs reached the mature or were able to be fertilized. Well, how many eggs are mature and how many eggs are able to fertilize. So out of the 18 eggs, I believe there was 11 or 12 that was fertilized. So then after that, you got to wait another 2 days.
Yes.
So, and after the 2 days, they give you another update. And I think after that, the second update was like 8 or 9 of them made it to like the day 3.
Yes.
So then after that, the 5 days is when you get like the pretty much, okay, how many eggs are reached the blastocyte. So I think out of the final numbers out of the 18 eggs that were retrieved, 6. We have 7 total. 1 was transferred, and 6 are on what they call ice. They're frozen now. So.
Yes. It happened so fast. Like she said, we have a lot of waiting in between. So retrieval happened Monday the 4th. Transfer happened Saturday. And as you might have seen in the previous video, it was unexpected. We thought it was going to be 10:30 at night. It was 10:30 in the morning. And again, timing was everything. We had to just stop our move and just drop everything and go. Otherwise, we would have had to freeze the other one. So it was just like, okay, let's just go. So we did that. After the transfer, I was pretty chill. I didn't really feel anything. I would say maybe the following couple of days I started to cramp a little bit, kind of like, you know, when we're about to get our menstrual cycle. And I think that was really it. We waited the 2 weeks, the 2-week wait, and that was probably the hardest for me, because, you know, I'm that type. I'm a little impatient. I can admit that. A little bit. So I mean, and thank kudos to all you you know, friendly I guess bloggers, and just you know, the groups on social media. You all have been really well with, you know, answering questions and like giving us tips on what to expect, what to do, how to actually, you know, have the time pass without going crazy. So I would say it was, what day was it?
What, the 2 weeks?
So it was the 9th.
It was actually 11 days, actually, from the 9th to the 20th. The 20th was the day, they call it a beta test. So they test, because pretty much they're looking for the amount of HCG that's in your bloodstream. The HCG is a hormone that's only produced during pregnancy. So that's what they test on the 20th day. It's a blood pregnancy test, pretty much, to see your HCG levels, and that determines if you're pregnant, how far you are, and things like that. So And we're not gonna lie, in between, we took, at-home pregnancy tests. Because honestly, like, who's gonna wait 2 weeks without being tempted? I mean, if you do,
know I wasn't.
Kudos to you. It works for some people. That didn't work for us. So and it's crazy because like she had a lot of pregnancy symptoms.
I knew it.
Quick.
I mean,
cramping, she was nauseous, nausea. She had the sore boobs.
Oh my God, yes. Let's talk about the boobs. So, it's and again, after reading and just reading a lot on social media and just following other people's story, I was one that I was like, okay, I'm just gonna be patient as I can. But I started to feel soreness on my boobs, to the point where I'm big chested, so I had to wear certain like little sport bras to sleep because it was just a little bit of air from the fan would affect me, and I'm like, what is going on? In addition to that, I had like mild headaches, nothing as crazy as when I first started the estrogen, but it was strange. And then I was eating crazy stuff like right away. I was eating like my favorite vanilla Haagen-Dazs with bunch of crunch balls and popcorn. I mean, in one spoon, like together. So I don't know. I was like, and then we were like, okay, let's buy a test. So we were going to test Saturday, a week ago, right?
6 days after the transfer.
We were gonna test 7 days after.
We were gonna test 7 days. We ended up testing
6 days.
The night of the 6th day. We figured, well, there's gonna be a difference from the night to the morning. So, impatience once again kicking in. So I had ordered like some tests from Target for pickup on Friday.
Baby came through with two boxes of two each.
Yes, different tests too, different companies. Because I was like,
she did the first response.
Yes,
first response and the clear blue.
Yes. So we did those tests on Saturday night. Friday night. Sorry, and then we did it again on the 8th of the morning, because they said you're supposed to do the first urine of the day. We did it obviously the first time, so we was like, all right, the 8th day we test the first morning urine test, and then so that was on Sunday, and then Sunday. We did the blood work on Wednesday. The 20th. So and then after that they do another set of blood work 2 days later to see if your numbers are still progressing. Like that, because obviously you want your numbers, they want them to double after the first numbers to know that pretty much your baby's still growing, because unfortunately one of the things is that, obviously there's so many things that can happen and go wrong that you have to make sure that, that they're progressing, because a pregnancy that's what's the word? Viable. Mm-hmm. Obviously the numbers have to double and grow. So that, and then after that they do an ultrasound. How many weeks later is
2 weeks?
2 weeks later they do an ultrasound to see if there's actually a sac that's with a fetus inside that's growing and stuff like that. So yeah.
So
she wants to say, yeah. We're just going to tell you to stay tuned,
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. We'll update you guys. We want to keep you guys coming back. So we'll update you with the progress of how everything's progressing, good or bad,
Yes, we'll give you scores, levels.
We'll talk more about that once we're a little bit further along in the process and where we're at and what's the next step. If something doesn't work out, what's our next step and everything like that. So
definitely,
just want to give you kind of an update on where we're at. So
yes, the journey of making Baby McQueen.
Baby McQueen continues. Oh, I gotta show you.
Yes, please go and find them. I do want to say, I know that some of you are reaching out to us privately asking some questions. Keep them coming. I'm more than happy. We're super open. We want to be as open as possible with this. We want to share this. Kudos to everyone sending your baby dust. Kudos to everyone going through this journey. Baby dust, sending baby dust your way. I would like to know what else should we include in our next video? Go ahead and let us know in the comments.
Give us some feedback on what you want to know, any questions you have. Because we're pretty open, we're open about this whole process. Obviously, you can tell. So we're we want to, because we want to educate as well as get any questions that we may not know and research them too, because we're still going through the process too, so there's a lot of, there's plenty of endless nights we've had research and stuff, looking stuff up, because the doctors are there, but they're gonna give you the the basic information. You have to do your due diligence to research it, understand your options, understand the process, because it's a lot. It's a lot of different things that go on in this process that you want to be aware of, good, bad, so. But ask us whatever questions you want. We're pretty open, and we want to share this experience, because this is something that we're going through together, that we also want to share with other people who wants to go through it, whether you do an IVF, RIVF, IUI, it's it's a process we want to share. But I just want to show you baby shoes now. See, if anybody knows me, which
she's a sneakerhead.
I am a sneakerhead. Like, I have over
to the third power.
I don't even know, over 100 pair of sneakers.
Maybe that could be a video. Anybody want to see her shoe collection? Let us know.
I'll be happy to go over all 100 and something pairs.
Yeah, that's gonna take a few hours.
No, but I will. We'll definitely go over that. I could definitely share that experience. But so I bought these. These came off, and if there's any sneakerheads out there, these came out last year, December. And I have a pair.
We all have
a pair of these, right? And it was crazy because I pretty much spoke it into existence. I was like, I'm gonna buy baby shoes because we're gonna have a baby one day, and it was gonna happen. God willing. I was like, I'm gonna buy these because these are not. But these were $80.
They're
these
Jubilee.
Small little. Yes. Okay. $80, no, I think actually these are $90. So I'm not gonna waste $90 for no reason. I don't have no other babies in the family. She definitely don't have no other babies in her family. So I was like, if I buy these, it's legit.
It's crazy because this was December 2020.
Yes.
And we had our initial consult with Dr. T. I think it was February or March of this year of 2021. So. I'm a firm believer, where there's a will, there's a way. And there was a lot of will here for this. So we definitely are definitely trying to make a way for this.
Absolutely. And we've been blessed that we were able to do this and afford to do it, because it's an expensive journey. And unfortunately, a lot of people can't afford to do it who really want to have kids. And we're blessed that God's given us the resources to be able to do it and to create our family and expand our family even more. Just had to bring these out. We have a little sign too. I don't feel like getting back.
That'll be for next time. But don't forget, if you haven't already done so, please like our videos, subscribe, and check on your the little bell so that you can get alerts whenever we drop a new video. We're trying to be consistent, and
we're trying. We're also going through this process, so we may not be able to upload every time. We're also working. We work. Yeah. We're going through the process
and trying to take naps.
And because she's always tired. Hint, but just work with us. And I know a lot of people are interested in our story, which we love that. We're very open to share it. But
ask your questions. Give us ideas. What you want
to talk about? What you want us to talk about? We are here. We love to share our experience. Yeah. So. Thank you guys for listening to our journey. A little update on our IVF journey, and so like, comment, subscribe, all of that. Put your comments down below.
Yes. See you next time.
Deuces.